The reality that needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women. As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half.
What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. This Eboni K. Williams video is very, very interesting to me. And it's not that she's saying anything wrong, because I largely agree with pretty much 100% of everything that she said. I think that women absolutely need to be doing both things at the same time, because you have to make sure that if you want a family, that you take advantage of the time in which you can really be chosen by the best available option. Because most women, and this is the caveat that she didn't add into the context of the video, most women, they waste their youth, and at the same time, they don't understand that their sexual marketplace value is continuing to go down. And so as a result, they pass up on the guy that they should have married, and then they wind up stalking him on Facebook or Instagram for the rest of his life, hoping that he get divorced, because they hold their whole life away inside of college. That's the part that she really meant to say, but that's the part that she really couldn't say because women are already coming forward. You know what I'm saying? Also, on top of that, it doesn't absolve you from having to work and become educated so that you can add value into the household, because we all know that inflation is at an all-time high, and your ability to even be able to survive is largely going to be dependent on 2 household incomes to a larger extent, because 6 figures don't mean anything anymore. And the inherent nature of a woman is still want to have a family and be nurturing, because even though they operate in their masculinity, they still want to be women at the end of the day, right? That's why you see women looking to be submissive to a guy that's over her, and they think that a guy is supposed to meet them at their level. You need to grow with a guy, right? You need to be shooting in the gym with him. You need to be adding value into his life. And if you want to have kids and you want to have a family, you have to understand, and she emphasized this, I believe, perfectly in this 2-minute video. She said, listen, and she didn't say sexual marketplace value, but this is what she really meant to say. Your sexual marketplace value as a woman could never be higher in your early 20s. And a man's sexual marketplace value continues to go up as he ages. So as you get older, you get better, you get richer. The things that women want in a man is largely going to continue to grow as you grow as a human being. Even your earning potential. You don't even reach your top earning potential until most men in their late 50s, early 60s. So a man's sexual marketplace value, his zaddy vibes continues to go up, and he can have any woman that he wants. The higher he go up the socioeconomic ladder and the more game that he get from his life experiences. Whereas a woman, a guy don't really care how much you make, which I believe that a guy should care how much you make, because it also substantiates that I don't have to worry about you trying to take half of everything I got because you came into it with resources. But if you build in with them from the beginning and you understand the sexual marketplace value, which It continues to gradually decrease no matter how much you work out, no matter how much money you earn, no matter how many degrees that you have. And we're going to throw some student loan debt on top of that because she did emphasize for every 7 women inside of there is 1 black man. I don't know if that's true or not, but let's go with the narrative. But more often than not, men choose degrees that actually generate revenue instead of getting basket weaving degrees that cost you over $100,000 in student loans, in which Biden is still trying to forgive, right? But the point is this. I think she hit on the points excellent. I don't necessarily believe that she really standing on what it is that she's saying because it's giving off chameleon vibes. I need you to cite your sources, man, because you was just on a completely different plateau, a whole nother plane, a whole nother continent. Just a few months ago when you was going viral, when Ayala Van Zandt asked you, would you date a bus driver? And you said, no, I need to date the bus owner. Remember that? Huh? And then remember when you went on the Breakfast Club and you was arguing back and forth with DJ Envy and Charlamagne or whatever, so on and so forth? Listen. I'm not against this woman, Eboni K. Williams. I actually think that she's a decent looking 40-year-old woman. Is she for me? I'm married, so it really don't even make no difference. Would I talk to her? Probably not, but that doesn't mean that she would talk to me either. Here's the key, 2 caveats. Was she correct in her assessment? Absolutely. So that means that eventually y'all all gonna come over here and see it our way because that wall is gonna hit you harder than you can ever known that it was coming up on you. It's almost like the wall got wheels on itself and it's going to hit you harder than you ever seen before in your life, right? A woman that is as educated, right? And it is because she's not a bad looking chick. And as a woman that's nice looking like her, she should be married, right? Because she got the resources, she got the bag. She shouldn't be talking about freezing her eggs like she was just talking about a couple months ago, right? So the first thing is, yeah, I think that she's right. But the second thing is fellas, don't be so quick to jump on the bandwagon of a woman just because she's halfway decent looking. She adopts your talking points and she doesn't necessarily cite her sources where she got it from. Shout out to the fellas, the Kevin Samuelses and all of the rest of the guys that's been emphasizing this for an extended period of time and they fought against it. We need to first bring you to the front of the congregation before we start to adopt you into what it is that we got going on. The fact of the matter is this. The truth is the truth regardless of how you feel about it. It's always going to be what it is. The value of a woman is going to be what it is. What men look for in women, it's the same thing. Can you find an anomaly? Can you find a situation that ultimately work out on your behalf? And can you get lucky? Absolutely. But is it possible? What's the probability of it? Absolutely trash. Be careful. Be very, very careful what you ask for. Be careful what your talking points are. Are you open to be possibly corrected and changed and evolve into something different? Absolutely. But the way that men need to start substantiating whether or not these women are worth having a conversation with is we need to see it over a period of time. Not a short amount of time, for a period of time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Make sure you tap into the Millionaire Morning Show. In the morning, it is the hottest show on the face of the earth, bar none. And then make sure you get that Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift. I'm curious as to what you guys think about this whole Eboni K. Williams switch up. Is it giving you chameleon vibes? Or is this just manifestation of the truth that they was going to find out anyway? It's just the wall now starting to give them a little bit more insight. Happy birthday, Eboni K. Williams. I heard you turned 40.